Welcome back to Best Asian Horror Movies. Today, we're going to be exploring Seoul Station, the animated prequel to Train to Busan. That's animated prequel, not abysmal sequel. We're also going to be discussing poverty and addiction in Korea, and how it served as a major influence for the film. At the end of the video, we're going to give the movie our own rating based on story, atmosphere, and brain-eating terror. Before we begin, please like and subscribe. Seoul Station is an animated post-apocalyptic horror film directed by Yeon Sang-ho, the director of runaway hit Train to Busan. Set in Seoul, the movie takes place during the early stages of a zombie outbreak, following several individuals who become entangled in the chaos. Hae-soon is a young woman struggling to make ends meet after fleeing work at a Seoul brothel. Her boyfriend Ki-woon is chronically unemployed and spends the majority of his time at internet cafes. Shortly after the outbreak, he's confronted by Hae-soon's father, Suk-gyu, who demands that he take him to see her. Finally, Man-duk is a homeless man who sleeps inside Seoul Station and experiences the horrors of the outbreak firsthand. Seoul Station stands out from other zombie movies due to its unique mix of traditional horror with social realism. While the film delivers on the thrills of a zombie movie, it also incorporates a sharp critique of social issues, giving the movie far more depth than a traditional zombie flick. One of the key aspects that elevates Seoul Station is its portrayal of human nature in crisis. The movie's characters are not just victims of a zombie outbreak, but also products of a broken society. As the outbreak intensifies, their personal struggles of homelessness, addiction, and abuse become even more poignant. The tension between human fragility and the monstrous outbreak creates a powerful emotional undertone that resonates with the viewer long after the credits roll. The zombies in Seoul Station are not just mindless flesh-eating creatures. They're a reflection of society's most neglected members. They are often depicted as homeless individuals who have turned into the undead, symbolizing a complete collapse of society's ability to care for its most vulnerable. The fact that the zombies are former citizens, people who once had hopes, dreams, and families, adds a layer of tragedy to the horror. This makes the film more than just a tale of survival, but an exposition of societal neglect and the collapse of social structures. In terms of animation, the filmmaker's use of colors, shadows, and frames to evoke a sense of claustrophobia and danger is masterful. The film's visual aesthetic complements its narrative by amplifying the feeling of entrapment and hopelessness that the characters experience. The animation also helps convey the sense of alienation and distance that many of the characters feel in their everyday lives, further enhancing the thematic impact. There was also one throwaway line where one of the characters blames the outbreak on the commies, alluding to North Korea. I thought this was especially interesting after South Korean President Yeon Sang-ho declared martial law late last year, claiming that the North Korean communists had infiltrated the government. But I digress. When you think of Korea, the first images that probably pop into your head are cyberpunk cities, high-tech gadgets, and K-pop. And if you now have the song Apata stuck in your head, I sincerely apologize. Don't you want me look at... damn it, sorry. Now, while Korea is indeed one of the most developed countries in the world, it is not without its dark underbelly. One of the most significant aspects of Seoul Station is its exploration of poverty, addiction, and homelessness. The portrayal of these social issues is both harrowing and thought-provoking, providing a stark commentary on the country's neglected underclass. Despite its rapid economic growth and technological advances, Korea has a significant homeless population, particularly in urban areas like Seoul. According to the Ministry of Health and Welfare, there were approximately 3,400 homeless people in Seoul alone last year, though many would argue the real number is much, much higher. Many of these individuals live in subway stations, under bridges, or in abandoned buildings, situations that Seoul Station vividly brings to life. The film draws attention to how society often overlooks or actively ignores these individuals, as seen in the character of Man-duk. His plight symbolizes the harsh realities faced by the homeless, a daily struggle for survival, and the degradation of basic human dignity. In many ways, Man-duk and others in his situation lost their humanity long before the zombie outbreak began. Addiction also plays a crucial role in the movie's commentary on social decay. While the country's government has taken steps to address substance abuse, it remains a hidden problem within the broader society, not only in terms of drugs and alcohol, but also in prostitution, gambling, and video games. In Seoul Station, the central characters find themselves even more vulnerable to the chaos of the zombie outbreak. Their economic status and crippling addictions make them easy targets in a collapsing society. The film is not just a tale of survival in the face of a zombie outbreak, it's a sharp criticism of how Korea, and many societies for that matter, treats its marginalized populations. Here at Best Asian Horror Movies, we're going to be rating our films based on 3 criteria: story, atmosphere, and terror, with each category eligible for a maximum of 6 bloody skulls. Now, heavy spoilers ahead here, so if you're interested in watching the movie, turn this video off now. Wait, no, first like and subscribe, and then turn it off. The story of family and loved ones trying to reunite amidst the zombie apocalypse has been done many times before. What makes Seoul Station so special in terms of its story is the ending. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! When Hae-soon awakens at the end of the film to find Ki-woon by her side, reassuring her that everything is okay, it seems too good to be true. And it is. I was expecting this to be a dream sequence, but my expectations were subverted even further. In a thrilling twist that would make M. Night Shyamalan proud, it turns out that Suk-gyu is not Hae-soon's father, but her pimp. His desperation to bring her back to the brothel and collect his debts was strong enough to lead him on a manhunt through a zombie apocalypse. I remember thinking it was strange early on in the film when Ki-woon connects with Hae-soon on the phone, but her father never asked to speak with her. This was some very slick subversion here. Suk-gyu proceeds to murder Ki-woon in front of Hae-soon and then beats her unconscious. He then drags her onto a bed and prepares to take advantage of her when he realizes that she's not breathing. He administers CPR, desperately trying to save her, once again only because he wants her to pay back his money. His character is far scarier than any zombie. He then looks down to see an infected scratch on her foot and comes to realize that he is doomed. The infected corpse of Hae-soon lunges at him, devouring his flesh, as the camera zooms out to show a ruined and ransacked Seoul. God damn, what an ending. 6 bloody skulls. I've seen my fair share of Korean zombie films, and seeing Seoul through the lens of animation was very interesting. The use of colors, shadows, and jerky animations added to the overall bleakness of the film. I thought the zombies being drawn with the exact same face, which was probably done for budgetary reasons, was actually really effective in making them even more intimidating and unsettling. I have to say, though, that it was difficult to really connect with the characters and settings since it was animated. I also thought that some of the animation was a bit too blurry and jerky to the point where it could be physically hard to watch, and this took me out of the film a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and give it 4 bloody skulls here. After watching dozens of zombie movies and TV shows, I've grown a bit numb to the genre, especially after The Wailing, which is nothing short of a fucking masterpiece. But the true horror of the film is not in the zombie chase scenes. It's being placed inside the shoes of the marginalized individuals like Hae-soon and Manduk. The scene where they're walking through the tunnels of the Seoul Metro and then break down crying because they realize that even if they make it through the zombie apocalypse, they still have no home to return to and no hope for the future, hits so much harder than any of the scenes with the zombies. It's scary to think that we might be only a few bad decisions and unfortunate circumstances away from winding up like these people. I'm going to go with 4 bloody skulls here as well. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for watching so much. Please like and subscribe. Let me know what movie you'd like me to review next, and any feedback for how to improve these videos, since this is a new channel, would be greatly appreciated. Thanks. Bye.